My name is Nafiza, and I'd like to give you a warm welcome to today's event where we are welcoming the participants for the Women Leadership Academy, which is being sponsored gracefully by the British High Commission and which we are running in collaboration with Dale Carnegie Mauritius. Without further ado, I'd like to invite our Chief Executive Officer, Mrs. Sheila Ujoodha, to share a few words with you. Thank you very much.
We recognize that gender equality and women's empowerment are essential components of human development and basic human rights. With this endorsement of the Queen Elizabeth II, I would like to say a very good morning to you all. It is my greatest pleasure to welcome you for this third cohort of the Women Leadership Academy. And this Women Leadership Academy is aimed at developing a pool of strong women leaders to address the gender gap issue at C-suite level and at directors level. Today's event is an immense historic event, and we are thankful to the British High Commission for the dedicated support and engagement in this noble initiative. Who could have imagined that the Women Leadership Academy, an initiative of the Women Directors Forum of the MIoD, launched on the 12th August this year, would achieve such great heights within a small period of time? Indeed, we are very grateful to Her Excellency Pierre present here today, and I take this opportunity to thank all stakeholders for the trust in MIoD. As the saying goes, thinking is wonderful, but the experience is even more wonderful. And thus, this partnership of the MIoD and Dale Carnegie Mauritius has been truly a unique and rich journey with an only focus: boosting women representation at C-suite and directorship level, and the willingness to do more and serve the community at large. The McKinsey Report 2021 clearly stipulates that in spite of the challenges of COVID-19 pandemic, women's representation had improved across most of the corporate pipeline at the end of 2020. This is clearly an encouraging sign and worth recognizing after an incredibly difficult year. However, women remain significantly underrepresented in leadership. Though Africa is leading gender equality in the private sector by topping the number of women on corporate boards worldwide, the presence of women on boards and subcommittees in Mauritius remains rare. The recent survey on gender diversity uncovered in Korn Ferry Report 2021 in collaboration with the MIoD reveals that at board level, 6% of chair roles are filled by women and 13% of board members are female, a figure which is comparatively lower as compared to the average norm of 40%. Moreover, out of 156 countries, Mauritius was ranked 110th as per the Global Gender Gap Index 2021 of the World Economic Forum. So we can clearly see change is happening, but it's slow. Furthermore, as women move into leadership roles, their day-to-day experiences often get more difficult. Compared to entry-level women, they are more than twice as likely to say they are the onlys. That is, often the only or one of the only women in the room at work. They are also more likely to face microaggressions that challenge their competence, such as being interrupted, hearing comments on their emotional state, or having their judgment questioned. At the MIoD, we strongly support the fact that the right call to action can create a positive effect. The Women Leadership Academy, an initiative of the MIoD's Women Directors Forum, has been designed with an aim to help women leaders define their personal brand and step out of their comfort zone with confidence and assertiveness to claim their position as a C-suite leader. We believe that this journey will be beneficial to most women leaders in Mauritius, and this will help Mauritius address the gender imbalance issue. We are thus appreciative of this collaborative partnership with the British High Commission to address this worthy cause and global concern of gender diversity and inclusion. Hopefully today is going to be a great day for the participants present here. You can see the participants at the back, as this is an excellent opportunity to enrich your knowledge and create an executive presence and maintain an emotional balance when dealing with different personality styles. On a concluding note, therefore, I would like to say, yes, we've made some progress in the past 2 years, and the best years lie ahead. I am convinced that our efforts to promote gender and leadership will build a strong foundation for the generations of leaders to come. And as Sheila Sandberg, Chief Operating Officer at Facebook, stated, we cannot change what we are not aware of. And once we are aware, we cannot help but change. I thank you for your attention and wish our participants present here all the best in the journey which is about to start.
Thank you for this, for accepting to sponsor this cohort of the Women Leadership Academy. I was thinking this morning, what would be an appropriate way for me to share with you the reason why we embarked on this journey with the MIoD? And I thought maybe the best way would be to share with you, if it took me nearly 25 years of my career to get through the door of the boardroom, I don't think that's what I want for the next generation. And this is why we're not giving up. It's like when we all have used the nail and a hammer at some point, and we start hammering, and then when it gets, just about this much into the wall, we say, that's it, we leave it there. Well, we don't believe in that. We believe that we will continue to hammer it in until we can make a difference. I was talking to somebody earlier on this week, and he was telling me, they are in the financial sector, and he was telling me, Vimi, you will be surprised to know that today, our investors, are asking us about the constituency of our board. And if our board is not well represented, investors are backing. So I think that would just be the reason why we should continue this collaboration and make sure that we have more women who walk through the boardroom. On that note, thank you for being here again.
I am deeply honoured to be able to share this important moment with you this afternoon. And also I want to pay tribute to the two powerful women that I followed. What you said just really struck me, and I'm actually slightly worried that I'm going to underwhelm after that, but it is an absolute privilege to follow the two of you. Since my arrival, I've seen myself the critical role that women play here in Mauritius to the economy and to building a better, fairer and more inclusive society. I've met women of all walks of life, and I've been inspired by their tenacity, their drive, and importantly, they are not asking for permission. They are taking control and they are blazing a trail. As my previous colleagues have flagged, while Mauritius is making substantial progress towards gender equality and is seen as a model across Africa, there's still a lack of women in senior roles, and it's really clear, and this has to be addressed. And gender equality isn't a nice, fluffy thing to do. It makes good economic sense. Women are 50% of the productive labour force. And we play, particularly in the face of a global recovery, our equality and diversity will play a critical role as Mauritius recovers. We must therefore ensure that access to opportunities for women, both at the grassroots and at those senior levels, is there so they can fulfil their potential and their contribution to society. Taking gender equality and tackling it is core to my government's mission, both at home, and my new Foreign Secretary Liz Truss is also the Minister of Gender Equality, and she takes it very seriously, and also overseas. We're this year's G7 president, and we have put gender equality and inclusion at the centre of our work. And from a strategic and policy level, we're guided by 3 E's. So educating girls, empowering women, and ending violence against women. And our commitment also includes delivering against 12 years of quality education, empowering women socially, economically, and politically, and ending violence against them. And that isn't detached from the points we're discussing today about senior CEO roles for women. Education is really the core of everything, and I'll come back to that in a moment. 2021 has presented multiple opportunities for my government to promote gender equality and advance women's rights. And those moments include our commitment as the G7 president, which I've just mentioned, the successful co-hosting of the Global Education Summit with our partner Kenya, and that raised $4 billion for the Global Partnership for Education across the world. And the thing that dominates my life at the moment, which is COP26, which is the next big climate negotiation in Glasgow, starting in less than 10 days. And gender is critical to that. I'm proud of my government's commitment to equality. For me, it boils down to 2 things. The first is education. I personally know that I would not be standing here as British High Commissioner if my grandmother did not push my mum through school. That was in the 1940s. And my mum then went on to be a senior professional in her own field and in turn pushed me forward. So education for me is key, and I quote our ex-Prime Minister Tony Blair when I say education, education, education. And my second big takeaway from what my government does is pushing women to stop asking for permission. We need to ensure that women grab opportunities in front of them and don't wait to be asked. And this is where organisations like the MIoD come in. I commend you for providing female leaders the opportunity to find their personal brand, to build their skills and their self-confidence, and to network through programmes such as this to help climb that professional ladder. This initiative is the stepping stone to eliminate structural and educational barriers that prevent women from entering and advancing to more senior roles as industry leaders. I'll conclude by saying I'm proud the UK government supports this work, and I want to continue it. It inspires the generations to come. You participants are the role models of young women and girls that come after you. Please fulfil this role. Thank you very much.